Aries. This reading is for Aries, and it's going to be for the week of the 18th to the 25th of January. And I'm going to pick from the messages of the mermaids two cards, two messages, and then I'm going to be clarifying or reading with some tarot. So what do we have for Aries? I'm hearing this beautiful fire sign for the week. For the week. Yeah, the future ask for help. Wow, this is interesting. This is very interesting. So, the future. So here, this mermaid is looking into the crystal ball, right there, into that beautiful bubble, and is looking into the future. Is actually looking into psychically what there might be ahead of her or of him. It doesn't matter, of you. So very beautiful. And what comes out here is the Pisces and the turtle. So the Pisces and the turtle, or the fish and the turtle, right? So and we also have the two stars fish here in the hair. So this is looking into the future in this love relationship. So it is about how is this going to develop further. Now the fish and the turtle for me is one is the fish is the one that likes to move ahead and is very quirky and spontaneous, you know, while the turtle is more slow and steady, wins the race, right? So well, this is the future. You are looking into the future and then ask for help. Here, ask for help. Ask for help. So this card here is she is also well, what comes forward is, see, here is the big shell. Yes, the big shell. So she is asking for help, asking for what she needs, or what I say she because it's a mermaid, but you apply it as it resonates for you. So this mermaid here is asking for help, putting all her wishes, all her manifestations, everything she wants, especially in regards to this relationship, and puts it in this shell. You know, it is nearly as if she places the order to the universe or to the water spirits, asking for help to manifest her wishes, especially in this relationship. So what would I say to you? I would say to you, this card is about you connecting with your angels, your guides, your spirit guides, your higher self, and ask for help. Like, literally ask for help. And how do you do this? So this is a whole thing, because this is basically my online course, Awaken Your Intuition and Transform Your Life. But I'm just going to very quickly say, there's just so much that I don't even know where to start, and I'm not going into that right now, but ask for help. So everything starts with, you do not ask for help from the brain, from the intellect. You ask for help from your heart, right? From your heart. You ask on an energy level, on an energetic level. So I want you to also raise your vibration and ask for help, for the highest good of all concerned, for yourself obviously, and for all concerned. And then I want you to ask your guides, your spirit guides, your ancestors, your angels, your guardian angels, archangels, and I'm hearing very specific, your water guides, the water spirits. So ask your water spirits. You know, there are earth spirits and there are also water spirits. And I'm seeing an owl, an owl, an owl. See, psychicness works like this. This, I was just like right underneath, ask for help. This here was like a water drop, right? The pattern of my tablecloth. Water pattern. That was what I heard clearly. Ask your water guides. And this here, this little funny pattern here, transformed into an owl. See? So these are the eyes of the owl. This is the face, the ears, the nose, the body, and the two little feet with claws. So this transformed into an owl. So that the water drop, the guide, the information that the water spirit is going to give you is going to transform into knowledge, because you will know how to apply it, being the owl, right? So this is very simple. See, even here, this is, I think this came forward now, well, not I think, because it's not on a thinking level, we perceive. So because we were asking how, ask for help, and how is that help going to come in? How do you recognize the messages? And this is about changing your perception off your mind into your heart, and play with it, having a playfulness and lifting your vibration. So you will be able to see signs and synchronicities and be able to apply this, like the water drop and the owl, right? And the water drop, the information going right into the crown chakra from the owl. Now the owl can even be you, being wise and knowledgeable, and apply the information that the water spirit is conveying to you. So this is, for example, a very live example how we are getting information from spirit, and how we then apply it, right? So Aries, this is, yes, maybe you are developing psychic abilities. That is very likely. Also here, looking into the future, into your, with a crystal ball. So yes, let's see where else this goes, right? But this was a little life example how now the water guide would communicate, and how you would have to change your perception to psychically read between I hear read between the lines. So it's like with the brain you would read exactly the words, right? But reading between the lines means going on to a different level of perception and reading the meaning there. So this is the message of the mermaids. And now, what other cards shall we take? Yes, the Psychic Tarot. Shall we take the Psychic Tarot? Yeah, the Psychic Tarot for Aries seems to be interesting, because Okay, I'm going to say it straight. There is a male energy here present, and I feel it very strongly, and I feel that the psychic tarot is for this male energy. And what is at the bottom of the deck? Firm foundations, but it is the bag of a male. Oh, gosh, here. Sorry, it's the bag of this male guy here, right? So maybe this resonates for somebody, and I'm just going to go with it. And then it opened up by itself on memories of love. Yes, so we have this would be the Six of Cups, and the Six of Cups is also the past life connection with a loved one. So let's see, what do we have for Aries for this coming week? What do we have for Aries? What does Aries need to know? And we are grateful already for the information that has come forward. What else do we have for Aries here? Okay. What else do we have for Aries? One card at a time, please. So, okay, I can work with this. Yes, yes. Oh, yes. Yes. Okay, so this is what we have for Aries. So we have prosperity begins. Yes, prosperity begins. This would be the Ace of Pentacles, and it is about the earth. It is about planting a seed and letting this tree grow. And you know, these hands are being yes, it's also about these hands are protecting and also nurturing this seed and watching this beautiful tree grow to the point where the tree carries all this beautiful fruit here. I think this is peaches right here. But the hands are also patient, you know, crossed over like this, patiently waiting for this beautiful seed here in the earth where you don't see anything at all, patiently waiting and guarding it, to patiently waiting for this beautiful seed to grow into this abundant, gorgeous, ripe tree, ready to give their peaches away. So basically that would be also very similar to, yeah, prosperity begins in any way, because it can also be giving your love away, being ready, having done the inner work in order to give your love away. I mean, not away, but you're having enough love to be able to, that your cup overflows and you're ready to give to somebody else. So in any case, prosperity, it's a new beginning, it's a stable beginning. And we have, I'm hearing, these are also two hands. They can be the same hands, but it can be also one hand and the other hand being put over from a different person. So I really got that very strong feeling, because this seems to me to be the same relationship that you have been, or that somebody here, or yeah, exactly, now also here, very strong partnership and alliance. See, again, the two hands, um, connecting together and working somehow together. See, so this is a, maybe you're shaking even hands with somebody, right? Or maybe you're, somebody puts his hands on your hand or something like this, right? So be aware of this. This is very strong, and it is emphasized twice, right? Also here in this one, um, material harvest is actually very beautiful in relation to prosperity. Prosperity begins, and then we have material harvest, right? Here the hands are still on top of each other guarding the seed. Here you are ready to give. Open your hands, open your heart, and ready to give. So let's go here step by step. So here we have the prosperity begins, and the next card is solitude. Solitude, here, solitude. So for me, this would be the Hermit card, and it is about going inwards and centering yourself. Going inwards, centering yourself, and acquiring some knowledge. Maybe here some knowledge in this book, but I'm getting strongly that that knowledge is not about how. Okay, I got it clearly now. So the knowledge here, you are reading not. You're not reading a book about intellectual knowledge. You are reading this book that is going to guide you how to awaken your intuition, basically, right? Or how to. That book has some exercises somehow that will. Or some. It's a very practical guide. Here, I'm here. This is a very practical guide. This book that you are reading here, it's a very practical guide for you to be able to interpret spirit's message or the messages of your guides, right? So, and this cannot just be a book, it can be an audiobook, and it can come in any form, you know. It can be even on the internet that you're looking something up. It doesn't matter, right? Or you watch a YouTube video, you never know. The book is just the most classic way to convey knowledge. Important is that the knowledge that is conveyed is like a manual, a guide, a practical guide, a 4-step thing, you know, kind of little exercises, how to open your heart and how to how to vibrate also on that level, how to awaken your intuition, and how to actually apply the knowledge and the apply the information that is conveyed to you by your guides. And now again, I feel really called to do this, to say this. It's a bit of an unconventional reading. What are the ways? I mean, I know that this is my field, right, because of my online course, but still, quickly, just for this reading, how do we receive messages? So one was here the drop and the owl. So it can be visual. You see something and it transforms. Just very quickly the other day, and I mentioned that in another reading before, I was driving, and the truck in front of me had a sticker on his on his back, and it said something like PA, but somehow weirdly it transformed. For me, it transformed into PayPal and then Facebook. Well, it has nothing to do with PayPal and Facebook. But I even said to my son, "Oh my God, this is so weird." You know, like it transformed into this, the pattern of my tablecloth here transformed into the drop and the owl, right? And it made a connection, and I understood immediately how to apply this, right? So I said to my son, "Oh my God, I have to check my PayPal, right? Or my Facebook." And rest assured, I had a donation on my PayPal, and I had a request on my Facebook for a reading, right? So this is exactly how, this is one way how you visually can get a notification from spirit, basically, right? Visually you get it, and it can come in anywhere at any time when you walk through life. So the other thing is, I have like many times literally heard my name in a message, you know, like when you turn around and you think somebody had just called your name, right? So one day I was that was in Mexico. I was in Mexico at that time. I was driving and I was going pretty fast, and I really heard like so strongly my name shout. They called my name and slow down now, and I really like hit the brakes, because I mean there was no reason. The only reason was that I hit that brakes was because I heard that command, you know, nearly, it was so strong. And my car just kind of rolled slowly, because I managed to stop, but I was like very slowly approaching the scene, and a motorcycle had just fallen and slithered, and he was like right in the middle of the street. And or it was not like a highway, but it was like a, you know, a pretty fast street. And I wasn't able, because of how the street was laid out, I don't know if there was a curve, or there was something that I could not have been able to see the cyclist there in that accident, right? So again, I just hit the brakes, right? I just followed that command, and I was so lucky that I did not drive over that motorcyclist that was there. So, and this is, for example, another way how you hear something, or so you visually perceive, you can even audit, like hearing it. Then there is another way, is, for example, a very strong knowing, right? Just like a knowing of that something has to be a certain way, right? And so this is another little example for knowing. This is a very unconventional reading now, and I'm just making this quickly because I was called to see how to let you know how you can see signs, you know, how spirit communicates with you. So we have through vision, through hearing, through knowing. Knowing, for example, was so strong that we were looking for a surf shop to repair the surfboard, and one was closed because the guy had coronavirus. The other one was just way too expensive and would take ages. And then the other one that then there was actually no other one, right? Actually, because the next one was like 2 beach towns further up, and way too far too far for us. So then I just knew that if I was going into that alleyway, and it was already, I wanted to go right into that alleyway before we even went to the guy that where the shop was closed because he had corona. So basically, I was called already, like I didn't hear that, I just knew I had to go into this alleyway, and my son said, no, don't drive in there, it's so narrow, you cannot even turn around, and if the other side is closed, how are you going to get out, and it looks so dodgy. And well, okay, so I didn't. And then after we figured out that the corona virus guy had closed his shop, I still had such a strong feeling, like a knowing I had to go into that alleyway. So against all odds, and I even got into a little kind of heated thing with my son. I drove into that alleyway, and guess what? There were all the surfboards outside, propped up to be repaired and everything. And the guy was very nice, and we got a super good deal. And we also managed to turn around and get the car out. So again, this I could not argue. And then the funny thing on top was, when I asked for the number of the shop, the guy said, oh, I can give you my card. Well, we just moved here, and the address on the card is still, the next two beach towns up north, and so the number is the same, but the address is not the same. So we would not even been able to find it on the internet, or we would have driven up the couple of beach towns north, and then figured out that he had moved right down next to us again. See, so this is like the thing. So, and it just, if you connect with your spirit guides and your guides and spirit and your higher self and your angels, your life is just super smooth. You just have to trust and really connect. So this was a knowing. I just knew, but I did not have an argument. I could not logically argue or state my case with my son, right? And he is extremely intuitive and psychic too. So, I know that it can be challenging if you deal with people that are just operating on a very rational level, but you have to be true to yourself. Here's truth coming out here. Truth was just like jumping out to me. So you have to be true to yourself, and also balance things out in yourself in order to you have to be true to yourself and practice discernment when it is your ego that is talking, or when it is your higher self and guides coming through. So for the time being, let's just summarize up. So you can see signs, you can hear the angels or guides, and you're getting information by a knowing, a really strong knowing. Personally, I've also gotten information that I, again, overheard a conversation, so you hear. Basically, it's all your senses, right? All your senses. I mean, I used to dance professionally and choreograph ballet and contemporary dance, and my first experience of physically channeling was by being moved physically. I was not moving myself. I was being moved, and a beautiful movement would come forward. That I then really try to capture and remember. And make a choreography out of it. So you can actually, a spirit can come through on any way, on any kind of sense that you have. A spirit can come through and convey a message, and it is a language. So basically, also tarot card reading here is basically we're using the tarot cards for a spirit and me to communicate, to reveal a message for you, right? And I love the tarot cards because through the pictures it's easy to convey a message to you, to the audience, right? Because the message at the end of the day is for you, and it is kind of I feel that I'm a little bit like a mediator, well, between spirit, and then I'm kind of the bridge and brings it to you. But you have the full potential. This reading is saying you have the full potential to be, could communicate with spirit straight away, right? Straight away. So through any kind of medium. So enough about this now. So back to the book here. So this card now encourages you to go inwards and also work with your refine your intuition, right? And then we have talked already here about material harvest. This is actually also the person is actually single here. This is the 9 of Pentacles, and it's a guy, but in the traditional tarot, she stands in her power, and so this person knows his or her worth, stands in her power, is abundant, is whole. And here you also see the psychic connection here, the illumination in the head here, and the hands are also open to give but also to receive, right? So you are so abundant that you can give, but you are also here opening up to receive, because sometimes for each of us it's easier maybe to give and not so easy to receive, right? And then we have to learn to receive. So either way, or we are open to receive, but we are not so it comes not that natural for us to give. So it depends completely what your mission is, or what side you have to develop a little bit. But this is actually very beautiful because this is very balanced, and here he opens his arms and hands, not just to give but to also receive. And this is exactly again the balance here, the truth and the scales that balance things out. So in a relationship, because I was called now to bring this to the level of a relationship, this is a lot of self-worth and the work done by yourself. No relationship would ever work if you have not done this work by yourself first, right? And in a relationship, the equal of give and take also has to be balanced, right? This is like a very, very important. So, and here the shadow is actually a very interesting card here, because in this you can even see clearly how you mirror each other, right? These two guys here are holding onto this wand, or this that I would even say this is their relationship. Yeah, they're holding on to that relationship, and the relationship, their love, yeah, unifies them, right? It's very interesting. See, again, the two hands holding on to something. You know, here the hands holding on to each other. Here the hands holding on to each other. Here the hands open to receive. So this is like, wow, super, super interesting in this reading here. So with this shadow, a card here, so you and your significant other are holding on to this relationship, right? To your mutual love. But through this could be like a mirror, right? So through this relationship, you are mirroring each other, and you are seeing in the other yourself. You can see yourself in the other, right? So this is basically the message. You can see yourself in the other, and you grow through that, obviously, right? So this is like a mirror, and you are like the sides that are not yet fully evolved. You will, they are going to be pointed out. They are going to be the triggers that things trigger you in your relation. That the other one knows exactly how to press that button and trigger you, and that are the issues that then need to be looked at and worked at. And then we have partnership and alliance. partnership and alliance. A very beautiful, I think this is the Three of Wands card here. Partnership and alliance. Again, the hands, they truly work together in very, very beautiful, right? So this is a very beautiful reading here, Aries, and it is deep. And to sum it up, your future looks very bright, and you will have this partnership and alliance with your significant other. In order to get there, let's evolve your intuition, right? Ask for help, ask your guides, because there's an they're really pointing this out loud. So angels and guides are very respectful. If you do not call upon them, if you do not ask them for help, and it can also be very specific help, they're not going to come forward because they respect your free will. So you have to actually invite them in and also express your gratitude towards them, you know, because they are there and they're helping. And if you think that you do not, nothing has changed, or you don't see or hear or feel anything, well, you know, let me tell you, they are sending the message and they are trying different ways. Then you might have to unblock your own channel, you know, like a little bit like if your toilet is kind of, you know, it doesn't flush. So I would suggest you then unblock your own channels, you know, and do some clearing work, which I also go more into detail in my online course. So I'm not going to talk about this anymore, and there's also lots of information how to clean and clear your aura. And personally, I hop into the ocean no matter when in the year, because for me this is the best way to clear my energy. But there are many other ways if you don't have an ocean handy. Again, the water spirits are just like so present, right? They're just like here, just giving me all this information. There, you know, it's just so fun. You know, it's truly fun. I mean, they're just so alive. You know, you can't just truly communicate. It's just like opening a different dimension of stepping into another dimension and having this great communication. So yes, your relationship looks actually beautiful, and there is lots of prosperity, and you're being encouraged to ask for help. So let's see, what is the message here? Oh yeah, and if you are in solitude here, you are coming together here in partnership and alliance, right? You might just need to be in solitude to work maybe some of this mirror things that were coming to the surface. So let's see again, water spirit, from the depth of the ocean stuff comes up. Oh my God, I want so much more for us than what we have now. I have visions of you being in my life. Yes, is this not very beautiful? And then we have awakening. Both people in this connection are undergoing spiritual transformation. See, this is basically it. This is a spiritual transformation to connect to your higher self and to your angels and guides, and act upon it. And I have visions of you being in my life. I want so much more for us than what we have now. Wow, so this is absolutely beautiful. And Aries, this is what I have for you. So if this reading resonated with you, then in the comment box, please let me know how this reading resonates with you. especially if you are on your, if you are awakening your intuition, right? So, or if you are on this spiritual path of awakening and transforming. Now, please like, share, and subscribe. And I also want to thank everybody for their generous donations. And my PayPal is in the description box below, my PayPal me. So if you feel like donating to my channel, donations are always greatly appreciated. And now I bought the Golden Universal Tarot with some of your donations, and very shortly I'm going to be reading with it. The thing is just that I always read with the cards that Spirit calls me to, or tells me basically, or suggests. You know, I read because they can best express the message through that cards. And also, I'm hearing clearly they're saying that for some that are watching this reading, some cards might be better understood, or convey the message better than others. So this is why whenever I'm being guided to use these cards, I'm going to be using the new cards. So what else do we have? Yes, so if you want a private reading or a one-on-one intuitive life coaching, or if you want both a private reading and depending what comes out of there, intuitive life coaching concerning or around that issue, then my email is in the description box below. And my email is a Queen of Cups, 10 of Hearts, tarot@gmail.com. So you can also find my website, and you can contact me also through my website. And if you are interested in my online course, Awaken Your Intuition and Transform Your Life, then contact me and ask me about it. And yes, and I can give you more information about this, you see. So yeah, so this is basically it. I'm not going into the online course because I won't stop. And I gave you already here some little details how you can apply it. So yeah, so this is basically it. So, but if you're interested, then let me know, and we can set up a call, and we can, talk about it, and you can see if that is something that resonates for you. And I'm also pretty flexible with how shall I say, the course in itself is set up to be very flexible in the way that it can be worked with. So you will also have Q's and A's with me, where you can ask questions, and obviously you can then, if you went through the course and you did the Q&As and you still have some areas, some gray areas where you don't know exactly how to work through them, then you can always ask for a one-on-one session, and then we can shine light exactly on that area. And the thing is that if we connect to our angel spirit guides, to our higher self, to our divine, we will always get the answer, and we will always know how to heal, right? Or what the issue is, or how to look in a different way, to be able to overcome this issue. And everything is always striving towards our highest good and the highest good of all concerned. And this is always striving to us living the most beautiful, aligned life with who we truly are. And the universe, God, puts tower moments in, or challenges, mostly when we are off track, you know, not aligned with who we truly are. And that kind of brings us back in alignment. And when we are in alignment, then things just flow beautifully. So this is what I have for you. Many blessings, much love and light. Bye bye for now.